So this is the April 11th meeting. This is, I guess, Earth Month, Earth Day. So Ham, next slide, please. Okay, so today was supposed to be our tabling event, but it got canceled by the organizers, and we knew kind of in advance. And so that's why we're actually having the chapter meeting at this time as opposed to at 10:30. But the tabling event has been moved to May 2nd. Grace, who's coordinating the tabling, has people lined up for that event, but I'm sure she'd be happy to get more people to step in. I think they're 2-hour shifts typically. Yeah, because I knew I was on a little bit in the afternoon. But it would be nice to go to the event. It's at the Houston Tilson University, which is it's just east of 35. So that's why we're here right now, because of the rain out. Next slide. Calling out who's?
Oh, I think that was mine.
Okay.
I want to make a comment on the tabling. Grace has organized the tabling for the Earth Day event at Huston-Tillotson.
Yeah.
Our previous organizer for tabling was Jesse Eubanks, and Jesse had to stop coordinating tabling because her music business has expanded and is now paying her bills.
Yay!
So she's on a roll, and I'm very proud of her. So if anybody needs piano lessons or knows someone who wants piano lessons, I'll get you Jesse's number. Okay, so go ahead to that next slide. Oh, if you just click on the blue link. This is just a reminder that the CCL Conservative Conference is coming up and you can participate on Zoom. So we get to see how the conservative approaches to climate change. Next slide.
I wasn't expecting that link. Let's see.
Oh, sorry. If anybody's interested in, really likes tabling and wants to set up a tabling event, please contact Grace or me or Bruce, and we'll help you get going on it. We don't have a direct replacement for Jesse, and I don't think we need one.
Okay. And I guess the other thing I was going to mention, we used to keep our tabling supplies at Ray Trano's place. Ray basically said, I kind of like my shack back. And so right now, it's basically in Grace's, I think, trunk. Now, Jeff Baker did volunteer, but I'm not sure how long he's going to be able to keep the supplies. So we're looking for someone who'd be willing to take the supplies as a central location. It would be best if someone was in the center of Austin. Because I, for instance, live on the far south side, and I'm sure some of you will live on the far north side. It'd be better if we could get something centered, but if beggars can't be choosers.
Takes a big trunk.
Yeah, it's a big trunk, and we're trying to cull stuff down a little bit, yeah. So, okay.
So this is my slide, which unfortunately they made in yellow if I didn't make the slide. And there's a link at the bottom. I guess if you press that link, it'll send you out of the slideshow again.
Yeah.
Not to do it, okay. Okay, that's the nuclear button. Austin, Texas Climate Week is a new concept this is the second year, started by an organization called Joon, Joon, from the Twin Cities in Minnesota. And this is their second location nationwide. And they set up climate events. It's pretty impressive what they do. They invited us about 6 weeks ago to join in on Climate Week, and they had like 3 activities going. One beer social, one clean up some trash, and another one that was knitting or something like that. So I thought, well, we'll sit back and see if this gets better. And it has gotten better. There are now 42 events scheduled around Austin for Climate Week, April 19th to 26th. I mean, last week there were 32. It just keeps growing. We've added 2 events to the list. Thanks to Carolyn Appleton, added our Wednesday monthly call. That's for newcomers to the list. There's another event here for our beer social on April 26th. So invited all the people who, the public to that. And I really highly recommend that you look through the list. I was hoping to scroll through it myself, but If there's-
I'll pull it up if you want. You want me to pull it
If you
up?
can, if you're just not gonna sink you. Okay, here's. And how fast does it scroll through? You see there's a print fest. There's a walk and talk about the Austin Bat Refuge, which I don't even know anything about that. There's a chef throwdown competition.
Where's that susty again? What's that word?
Susty? I think it means sustainable.
Really?
That's my guess. There's
The tree folks.
three folks are having a picnic. I don't know what Austin Planet Protectors are. I was hoping to have read through all these and be able to explain them, but I just can't. Sewing machine, just skip that one. Just skip. Climate comms. Oh, climate yoga. Climate networking game. Okay, keep scrolling. It's just too much to go through all of them. But here's a climate justice thing.
Now, is this mostly from the Minnesota, Michigan people?
No, this is
No, this is all here.
Local. They just sent out an invitation to anybody that had anything to do with environment and invited us to join their event.
Or form an
So-
event, have an event.
Well, we have two events now.
Huh.
Carbon Better's Sustainability Happy Hour. That's a company. I can't tell you what they do. What I can tell you is that there's a group called Climate Change Makers that started out in Brooklyn that's been expanding in the Northeast, and they're here in Austin now, so they're going to have a session. Climate Change Makers is a lot like CCL, and I've been too busy to participate, but they take actions by contacting their legislatures, but they also contact local leaders like banks and other organizations to press for climate action. Earth Day at City Hall, where you can go talk to the city council.
Sierra Club is doing that one.
Okay, that's good. Oh, and here's our live informational session. So we're on this, and we're on this again for our beer social. So I just encourage you to go look up Austin, Texas. Where is it? Austin, Texas Climate Week. With the June, if you put in JOON, that'll get you there.
We'll keep going down with the other one.
Oh, well,
Nonfiction book swap.
Earth Fest 2026.
It is.
There we are.
Yeah, it didn't make it's not on there now.
Yeah, it is.
It's on there. Right there.
Oh, I was expecting the other
No.
picture, the,
Logo.
that's what I was
Oh,
expecting.
yeah, that would have been cool.
Yeah.
So this is a really interesting concept, how they organize this so fast and so well. Okay. Thanks.
We're gonna see what happens if I close this one down.
Oh, and while you're at all these events, you can tell the people participating about CCL. So it's a great way to spread, and get new members.
Yeah, you got back there.
Oh, the June community supports environmental justice and public transportation. Those are their pushes. Did you get the next slide, Ham?
Yep.
You're working on it? Oh, there we go.
So on Friday, April 3rd, we had a lobby meeting with Lloyd Doggett's staffer, Jillian Smith. And it went well. You could see the guy down in the center on the bottom, he doesn't look too happy.
These are grand.
So, if you remember the action item in the national call about permitting reform, Bob made the pitch to Jillian about permitting reform. So, you want to say anything else? It was a typical lobby meeting. It was like roughly a half hour long, and we were the participants, and it went well. But yeah,
The facts show that CCL was right on to go after permitting reform. If we do not get permitting reform, it looks like we'll be looking at blackouts and brownouts even forgetting the carbon pollution, the basic fact that we cannot build gas fast enough and we need with the data centers a lot means that we have got to get more transmission lines especially, and also a little quicker process to approve, especially solar and also wind, because over 90% of all the planned new energy is now solar.
90?
Over 90%, well over 90%.
Planned new energy.
New electricity generation,
And that's in Austin or Texas or
statewide, nationwide
nation.
and statewide.
Any questions, or we'll just move forward? Yeah. Okay, so there was a Congress, they called it Congress, Texas Nature and Clean Energy. It was this past Tuesday. It was a 6-hour event. It was open to the public. It was at the Lady Bird Johnson Wildflower Center. There were about 80 participants at this meeting. There were several CCLers, which was nice to see. I went, Pam went, Matt Weldon went, Dale and Pat Bulla went, Paul Gonen from the Georgetown area, he went. And, you know, it was nice. There were individual speakers. We had the ex-director of Texas Parks and Wildlife, Professor Michael Weber, who does a lot in energy, Representative Aaron Zwiener. I'd like to kind of come back to Michael Weber a little bit. You know, Cynthia talked about nuclear, and he talked a little bit about fusion energy. He said there are some people in the country who believe by 2028,
Wow,
we're going to have fusion energy. He said he thinks more in 2040.
yeah.
Okay.
Calvin and me,
So he's
you
10
know,
years
talk
old.
about that.
Yeah,
Husband's
it's, so
involved in that.
it's interesting. There were two panels of panel discussion. The first one on policy and landscape aligning conservation energy goals. The second one on smart setting and stewardship implementation and industry best practice. And there were a lot of networking opportunities. So if you see this here, it was organized by a group called Environment Texas. A young man who did most of the work. I talked to him later after during a break, and he said he was moving to Minnesota. So I'm thinking, who do we know in Minnesota? Well, there was a guy up in Duluth, Brett Seats.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So I said, hey, I'll do an introduction for you to Brett Seats, because he said, I'm moving to Minneapolis next week, this coming week. So I sent that email, and within 24 hours, he responded back. He said, sorry, I won't get to meet Brett. I'm moving to Vermont. And he said, I just accepted that job today.
Wow, right?
No, this guy, his name is Ford Young.
Okay.
He's kind of all of maybe under 30. But he was going to Minnesota specifically to lobby against degradation of the boundary waters. You may have seen that's been in the news a lot. Yeah, so that group would have been Environment Minnesota. I guess there's a parent group, which is Environment America, but he's now going to Vermont to work on climate-related environment issues in Vermont. So next slide.
I want to say a word about Michael Weber.
Okay,
He really had a lot to say. What stuck with me was that lots of countries have made lots of commitments to reducing their emissions.
Yeah.
The U.S. has not made any such commitments, or we're doing it anyway.
Yeah.
We're way ahead of a lot of the countries who
Yeah.
claim to be working hard on it.
yeah, that's right. That's a good point I missed. Yeah,
The other thing about Weber's talk was he gave a good 2-hour talk in 45 minutes.
yeah, he's a fast talker.
So Ford Young says that they will be coming out with a video.
Okay.
I will play his talk at half speed.
So another, if we go to the next slide, I think it might be on there. Okay. These were the sponsors of that particular group. When I say sponsors, it was free. So we had breakfast and we had lunch, and there were about 80 people. And if you weren't a member of the Wildflower Center, you just walked in and you got to see the Wildflower Center too, if you wanted to. But what I'm getting at is, this is the group of people that sponsor the event. So yes to Bess. Yes to Bess is what Larry Lindenschmidt does. And he made a point of speaking to me. He'd like to make a presentation to us about BESS, which is Battery Energy Storage Systems. So hopefully maybe we could get him next month. Okay. Go ahead.
What's the Advanced Power Alliance?
I'm sorry?
Advanced Power Alliance, does anyone know?
Don't know.
She knows.
There are, I think, I don't know if these are linked or not, but you go to any of these to kind of look them up. There was a woman there, Lindsay. Lindsay works with Susan Adams.
I wondered if Susan was there. I see a green light.
Well, I saw in Susan's name tag when I checked in, and she didn't come that day. But this Lindsay seems to be involved a lot with Environment Texas. So she's kind of
With,
an organizer.
with Green Light America or Environment Texas?
Environment Texas, I think.
Oh, okay.
I think it may have been Greenlight. Apparently that Lindsay works for like 3 organizations.
Okay, Lindsay Lambert.
I think that's
Yeah, I
it.
just got an email from her
Okay.
that there's going to be 3 local meetings with city council to talk about this BESS
Yeah.
versus peaker plants, gas plants. And they're Wednesday next week, Thursday next week, and then a week from Tuesday. So if you're interested, I'll forward you the
They're
email.
duplicates.
Can I address that?
Sure.
Austin Energy is required to get public input before they can proceed with a gas peaker plant. There's a coalition that meets, that is looking at that issue. And most of the people there believe they don't really want input. They just want to check a box as they head forward. But we are hoping to get a lot of people there. They're having 3 meetings at 3 distant locations.
Yeah,
And it's supposedly to get input, and we think they're going to stack the input, like you say, like for example, they're gonna say, does anybody here want reliable electricity? And if people say yes, it's okay, we're writing you down for the gas plant. We're not certain, but we think they're gonna do that kind of a twist, and so we're going to try to block it. The input is valuable, that there are 3 different locations. One is way west at Concordia College, around 620. One of them is way southeast,
Montanopolis,
Montopolis. And the third, the last one is at the Decker Middle School, which is pretty close to where they would probably want to put them. We are trying especially to get a lot of people to come to that. I think it's at 6:30 in the evening at the middle school, elementary. I'll send out something to all the CCL members about these. But it would be good to show up to at least one, and the one to show up if possible, I believe, is the Decker, and that's the last one.
It'll be week from Tuesday.
Yes, week from Tuesday.
So when is the Concordia?
We'll have it.
It's either Wednesday or Thursday of next week.
I send out, after every monthly meeting, I send out the slides to the whole chapter, so I can put this on the
Thank
email.
you.
Could I just send a separate email to
That's
the
okay.
chapter about what it is, why it is, and there may be some other actions coming soon that we can get involved in.
Okay, that's fine.
And if I can digress for just a moment from this, the person who's leading this coalition, she's kind of just the coalition leader, has asked for us to sign on to a letter opposing the gas peaker plant and pushing solar and battery storage. I'm sorry, I didn't think to get it and bring it so I could get the exact wording. But is that something, obviously I can't do that on my own, on behalf. So could this group maybe vote on that or do some way to approve it so that I can sign on to the letter because they need it by Monday?
Okay.
Votes to support the
To
BES.
sign on to a letter that opposes the peaker plant and supports solar and batteries.
Okay, so what Bob is suggesting is that he have the authority from the Citizens Climate Lobby, Austin chapter, to do this letter.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We need to count?
No.
Oh, I thought,
Thank you.
nays?
Okay,
Okay, it's unanimous.
No.
Okay,
Thank you.
no, thank you. Okay,
Hmm?
I think we're done until next, or Ham, you want to say anything else about, Weber?
No,
Okay, so let's go to the next slide.
What did he say in his talk? You talking about the
Lots of stuff. Yeah.
this is just a thank you to Carolyn Appleton and, I forgot, Andrea? Abby Rogers, and for keeping our social media going.
Have you ever communicated with Abby? Is anyone?
She came to our meeting, I think it was last
Oh,
month.
good.
Before.
Yeah.
Good.
That
I always
was nice.
used to try to, give her a
Shout out.
flag once in a
Yeah,
while,
yeah.
on email, but I'm not doing that.
Okay. Next slide.
okay, this one looks like mine. Each month, CCL National sends a climate alert to members who are engaged in CCL terminology. For our chapter, that's 445 are engaged, with a total membership of 2,664. That's the number of the chapter roster. The climate alert asks us to take a climate action, either send emails to our members of Congress or make phone calls. I've got software that compares the chapter roster and the action tracker files to tell me who has responded and who hasn't. Responders get automated thanks, and non-responders get automated reminders. The alert for March was on permitting reform. That's really big these days.
My email and my phone messages both.
I think I did. I don't remember for sure now.
Maybe, is that Dale?
Oh, Dale?
Dale Beulah? Anyway, I probably don't need to go through all of this. Most of you responded, so you read it. Anybody have any questions about permitting reform?
What they say about you?
I don't know.
Put your phone on mute.
What?
So that's somebody who's not here, so they don't have to be mute. So these are the responses. We had a total of 44 responses from our 445 people who actually got the alert, which is 1%.
That's
10%.
I'm sorry, 10%.
We're under participants.
It's not great, but still.
I should fix that. 10%. 10% still seems to be a lot lower than it should be. Of people who are supposedly engaged. When I put in when I sent the reminders, that got another 19 responses, so it was 76% improvement.
Thank you so much for doing that.
Sometimes I
That's
do
very
better than that.
Where does the 1% come from?
That's my faulty arithmetic.
Well, the slideshow editor failed to pick that up.
So,
Not right now.
Did one of you call my name?
That is Dale Beulah.
Hi, Dale.
Hi, we've been listening.
Okay,
I've been listening too.
yeah, we've been hearing you.
You're right.
I think you said something with that had my name in, but we couldn't understand what you were saying.
Oh, I think what I said was that you and Pat attended the meeting on Tuesday at the Wildflower Center.
I want to get to the prize.
Been a while.
It's about ice cream season.
Well,
Okay, let's move on. Cynthia started this program of Climate Action of the Month. And that's the member of the chapter. But we randomly selected from all of the people who responded and are present at the meeting. So the climate action for February was Jeff Baker. And we're about to find out who the winner for March is.
What happened there? Oh, it's quite fast.
Carolyn Apple.
Carolyn, are you here? I never heard the answer, so we'll have to run it again.
Not online.
Well, he's not here either.
He's here.
It should have taken my name.
No, you can find it.
You only get to have the names of people that you're here, right?
Yes.
That's much smaller.
They have much smaller. So.
Almost got Dale. Almost.
Is anybody else online?
No.
Oh, he was here.
Jim Kale was here.
Let him have it. Yeah, he was here.
have it.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm not the king.
If he was here, does that count?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. That's good.
Yes.
He signed in.
He signed it, and, yeah. Kind of like a high schooler, sign in and leave. Huh?
I was here for the whole first hour.
I know.
Speaking of happy hours.
So this is the happy hour. This is the one where we're listed as an event for the Climate Week. And it's the Draft House on Medical Parkway.
That's constantly.
Yeah, it's not there. Yeah. So Victoria, you wanted a moment here.
Oh, I wanted to, I think Bob and I each want a moment.
Okay.
I'm not doing bridge training per se this month because just in the pattern of things, the new one that Brett does hasn't happened yet, isn't supposed to have. So I'll come right after he does his. But what I wanted to do today was just to briefly tell a story because Rich has been on my mind. And a week ago, was it only a week ago? Bob and I were at a protest at the Capitol regarding this wall through Big Bend. And very bipartisan, nonpartisan event. And the feeling of it was just, for me, really wonderful. I was going around with these petitions and I talked to people with blue hair and I talked to people with cowboy hats and I talked to old people and young people, and everybody who was there loved Big Bend and didn't want a wall going through it. And I realized as I was talking to people and listening to speakers, the bridge idea about the different filters from moral foundations theory really fit this wonderful nonpartisan event because people were motivated out of different filters. I mean, for a lot of people, it was sanctity, that Big Bend is simply beautiful, and to those of us who find wilderness holy, holy, and nobody should be messing with it. For some people, it was harm for various reasons, especially the harm to the wildlife was mentioned, but harm to communities. For some people, it was actually loyalty, which surprised me. I'm not so used to identity as a Texan being called up, but it was called up, and it was called up skillfully and called up by people from various ideologies, and people were, I was watching people, and people were responding to that word, and they were using the old phrase, come and take it, from Texas Revolution days. You know, if you want Big Bend, you have to come and take it. And my heart sped up. I mean, I don't usually respond a lot to things like that, but it was working. So, and then they started singing, this land is your land, this land is my land, and sang a whole bunch of verses. And people were singing. And so it was just a beautiful example to me of the philosophy of bridge really working. When we had something for it to work on that was pretty accessible. I mean, there were landowners there were hikers. Several people talked about having been married there. Sarah Eckhart was sworn into the bar there. You know, just all the stories. So that's what I wanted to say. You know, this is real stuff. And does anybody have any bridge-related questions? If it's been, or comments of your own, since, you know, it may have been on your minds too.
If you haven't seen the trainings, they're available online on community.
And they're good. And they don't take that long.
What's the overall name?
And the quiz is easy.
Bridge.
Bridge?
BRIDGE, bridge.
And why was the word bridge chosen?
An acronym.
Yeah, it's an acronym.
And also the idea of it being a bridge between people with different views, a
Yeah,
connector.
yeah. Connector's good term. Yeah.
So, this is an election year. And of course, CCL cannot take one side or the other. However, you may remember that Victoria and I did a postcard project 2 years ago and 4 years ago. We are going to do that again. It will not be affiliated with CCL, but we can invite CCL people to participate. The monies that are we're going to run a C3 tax deductible program. Donations go through the Third Coast Climate Volunteers, which is a C3 organization. And we are going to look to do 40,000 postcards. You probably remember that there was some redistricting earlier, last year, which was trying to make certain districts even less competitive. We are looking to do this in the Rio Grande Valley. There are 3 congressional districts there. 2 of them currently held by Democrats, 1 by a Republican. In the Cook political report, they are the most competitive districts, U.S. House districts in the state. And so that means the votes may make a difference. In other words, what we do could switch who wins. We are following the best practices, the best science out on And surprisingly, the sign says, don't mention candidates and don't mention issues if you want maximum effect.
Maximum voter turnout.
And so that's what we plan to do. We plan to have the postcard design solidified in May, print the first postcards in late May, and be ready to let people start writing them in June, although they must not be mailed until 2 weeks before the election, because they need to arrive less than 2 weeks before the actual election for maximum impact. And so we just want to let you know that that's coming. And last time, CCL Austin was one of the big contributors for that to happen. And so we'll be looking to get people, CCL members throughout the state and so forth.
And we'll have the postcard, come and get them, bring them back on my front porch again. That's always fun. And it's a motivation to organize and reorganize my guest bedroom, because the postcards will be the guests for about 5 months, unfilled out and later filled out. And I'm excited. I mean, I guess that's all I'm trying to say. Let's do this thing.
That's
We're using a larger postcard size because we want to print bilingual in Spanish. Everything that we print, the messages will be in English unless our lawyer and advisors tell us we need to do something different. And so we will do that. But that will be, and it is the largest size that can use a letter stamp and not an extra cost stamp. We can't use postcard stamps. We'll have to use letter stamps.
Okay.
But we thought it was important to get it in bilingually in a type size that somebody can read, even if it'll be too small for me.
The letter size stamps will be 82 cents as of July 12th.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yep, I saw that too.
But we may try to buy a bunch in June.
We will.
Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah.
So the fundraising is online. You go to the site, the Third Coast Climate Volunteer site. You pick, and instead of picking Austin, you pick Postcard Project, and then that money becomes available. So that's just what's coming. It'll really be starting in more with more intensity at the beginning of June.
I'm sorry.
Oh, regarding the stamps, I seem to be detail woman today, but we have a ton of postcard stamps
I do too.
left over from last time.
I have
So,
a roll of 100.
yeah, if I don't think I can get the post office to take them back and exchange them.
No.
No, probably not.
If anybody needs postcard stamps,
Yeah.
contact me and maybe you can buy them, and
Yeah, no,
that way you're not just donating the money, but you're getting something
Okay.
that you want. But yeah, a lot of us have them.
Yeah. So I have a question, Bob. I understand what you're saying about what works and what doesn't. Will there be a set message on the back that they're asking us to write, as opposed to extemporaneous?
Okay. What I am suggesting, and I want it to go through our advisors, is that it be a personal message of only a few lines long.
Okay.
The parts that try to convince them to go vote, we're going to print in English and Spanish. What I'm thinking is that we want to try to connect. So an example that I have initially written in it was something like, I go to vote for my grandkids. I think their future is really important. Have a good vote day, or something like that.
Yeah. Okay.
And so what I am going to be suggesting is it's going to be a personal message, person to person, because the idea is we are, the reason we're handwriting it and hand addressing it is it's going from a person to a person and not just an organization dictating. So that's the way the plan is right now. But again, we will be talking to other people about,
Okay.
And there will be a printed message on the postcard that's just about when to vote.
Okay.
And maybe a couple of other things, I don't know, but
Question.
double message.
To me? I have a question. Can you hear me? This is Pat.
Yeah, Pat, go ahead.
What's the deal about the stamps? I think, isn't the charge for stamps going up in the next few days? Did y'all mention that?
Yes.
If so, do we need to get them as soon as possible?
July 12th.
At July 12th, it goes up to 82 cents for first class postage. And we've had this, a little bit of roundtable discussion here saying, yeah, we got to get the stamps sooner or before the price increase.
Okay.
assuming we get a lot of stamps donated by volunteers,
Yeah.
we still are going to need $25,000 to $30,000 to print the postcards and to mail them around the state to people writing them and to provide stamps to people who need to provide stamps.
Yeah.
And so we will, but we have a long time to raise that money. And I think this is such a good project that there's going to be a lot of people who are willing to chip in to help. But
Thanks.
again, it will be tax deductible if you itemize. Or however that works.
Okay, Pat? All right, Maria, is this your slide?
Yeah, that's just the
Okay.
thing. I think it's the end.
Oh, okay.
That was
Oh, this is from last month.
But Matt's not here.
Matt's not here. So I think basically, unless there's any questions or other discussions, you're free to go. Sure, Glenda, go ahead.
Do we have a under 40 mixer scheduled? Not for me, but.
Sabrina said they're having trouble keeping that group together.
Yes. Oh, she kind of, yeah.
That's so sad. Kids.
Kids, yeah. They can take them to water, but you can't get them to drink.
Just rebrand the regular one, because Gen Z and.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't want to come hang out with us.
We could put on there, the millennials, will buy for them.
I think it's.
Okay, thank you all for coming.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
The Zilnials would really like to go to DC, so maybe they'll pick it up as we get closer to July.
Yeah, that's true too.